evening, YouTube. This video, I hope y'all can hear me. I was just kind of enjoying sitting on my porch, just enjoying watching, people watching and just watching in general. If you got a house with a porch, enjoy the porch sometimes. That's what I do. So I just hope y'all can hear me because it's a little bit windy out here. So this topic I wanted to be about, it seemed like it can kind of piggyback off the last video, because obviously the last video was about how my marriage ended, partially, not all the way, but partially because of trucking. But this video I want to be called, sperm donors, deadbeat dads. I'm on the roll, ain't I? So my thing is, when it comes to deadbeat fathers, or as women would say it when they're mad, because obviously that's really messed up that a man would, enter with her, to have sex with her. That's the easy part. But then when the hard part comes for you to raise y'all kid, you out and don't want no doings with it. That's wrong. So I guess to say the reason I can piggyback off the last video from yesterday is because obviously if the fathers that, would have stuck around to where I would not have to, first of all, even get another man to do what he should be doing, then that alone could have fixed the issue that I'm having right now. Because obviously, and I blame myself, and it's really not a blame game, because at the end of the day, people make choices, including myself. So the choices you make will determine if it'll make or break you. So I don't care if it is kind of somebody's fault that maybe you're going through something you're going through. But at the end of the day, it was your choice to do it. So you have to be responsible to take the repercussions, consequences, success, or whatever may come from the choice that you made. So my mistake is I chose these sorry bastards, even though, it's just not right. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you're man enough to lay down and have all the fun, why can't you be man enough to stick around and to help that woman to raise her kids? And it's always this saying, it's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That's bullshit. And well, you know what? I take that back. That's not bullshit, because there are a lot of times to where it is mama's baby and daddy's maybe, because some women do sleep around like that to where it is daddy's maybe. Like, you don't know who baby daddy's your baby. But at the end of the day, some guys, they will actually get a DNA test, obviously if you're going down on child support. Because if you're going down on child support, they're going to make sure you're the father before you have to pay child support. So they can get a DNA test and know they the daddy and still don't want to do for the child. Like, I have a situation to where my daughter, my daughter y'all seen on the video, her father, he's a sperm donor for real. This guy, we was all cool and dandy, had planned to get married. But then, when because I was in school at the time, when he graduated, I never seen this guy no more. And I seen him probably some years down the line. And I had let him know that he had fathered the child. So I guess he was married at the time to where he ain't want no dealing. So I reached out to his sisters and them, and they were so lovely to this day. I can run to them to help my daughter out before I can run to him. Like, my daughter can't even get $15 from this guy. But then, since he got my number, he still had the audacity to try to think he gonna get some ass from me though. You still want to think that you can come and hit this, but you don't want to try to put in the necessary time or energy or financial help that your daughter might need. See what I'm saying? So my question to you guys, especially the guys that can't relate to this, because where there's a story for this side, there's a story for that side, to flip coin, to where just because there's deadbeat fathers and sperm donors, there are real fathers. Even like my ex, he's a great father to his kids. He been there for all his kids. So I mean, I could probably ask someone I have, but I really want different opinions from real men that never abandon a child. I mean, why do y'all think that some guys is just that immature to where they don't want to be there for the child? Because me, myself, I know one reason could be that maybe they got a crazy baby mama. Like, every time he don't want to be with her, he just want to be there for his kid. That ain't me. Like, if I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Just do for your child. I will not get in the way of you doing for your child. If you want to be there for your child, that will help me out because I can work and provide for my family so we can share the responsibility instead of all the responsibility being just on me when I was the only one that laid down to have this child. So cause I mean, even me myself, like by me being out here doing trucking, it really gives me guilty feelings a lot of times because I'm not home every day. So I can imagine how I'm trying to imagine how a deadbeat father would feel that he can miss his whole entire, from birth until they turn into adults. You miss their whole life. Like, you really just don't care nothing about that you missed their life. That they really just wanted the feeling and comfort of knowing that they had daddy there to protect them, or just the feeling and comfort to know that when they wanted to talk to you about a heartbreak that they could, or if it was a little boy, just the comfort of knowing that when I was trying to figure out, you know, how my little thing down there worked, that you could have taught me how to be a man, or when it came to my first girlfriend, you was there to show me as a man how to treat my woman. I mean, all that stuff plays a role. And I've seen it firsthand with my oldest son, that it really breaks a kid down, because there's been so much that I could have done as a single parent to replace, you know, being a father, because I'm still a woman. I can attempt to do fatherly things. That was one of the reasons why I chose auto mechanics, because I felt like, well, I might be a mother and I'm a woman, but at least I can teach him how to work and make money and provide for a woman whenever he get one. Or like I try to think somewhat like a man, but no matter how much I can think like a man or try to do things in a manly way, I'm not a man, I'm not a daddy, I'm a mother and I'm a woman. So it's like no matter what I did, it just wasn't enough. And he still has that void because his father just didn't want to be there for him. And my daughter's more mature about things. She knows how to kind of just accept things for what it is. But deep down inside, it still hurts her too, because she really did want a father in her life. And for him to act like he wanted to try to come back and be there for her, and then not there for her, playing games, you know, that further just put a stake in her heart, like, dang, you know. So I guess as a single mother, if you know that guy is not, you just, like, you know for sure he's just not going to do right by your child, because it's not about y'all two no more. Like, y'all not together for a reason. It's just about co-parenting, making sure that you allow this sperm donor, I guess whenever he feels like it, to come into the child life. But that's not fair, because it should never be when you feel like it. The same obligation that I have as a mom, you should have that same obligation as a father. So why am I the only one being held to responsibility for this child, and you just allowed to go out there and just act like you don't have one? I just find that to kind of be so unfair. But even at that though, that's my choice to be a good parent, because just as much as there's deadbeat fathers, there are deadbeat women that just give their kids away and don't look back. So it can go both ways. I guess that just proves the integrity of the parent that sticks around, whether you a mother or a father. But I don't get it. Can somebody help me understand why somebody could just walk away from their child and really just don't care about the fact you got a child that you know is yours. You done did the DNA test, and you know this kid that is yours is out there, and you don't care that you have a child out there. Like, how can you not have no guilt and don't care about that? I don't get it. I really don't. But it really affects the children. It affects how they grow up as adults. Because, I mean, now they growing up with a boy. For boys, they grow up not knowing how to be a man, because they had this single mother that was trying to show them how to be the man. But they did the best they could. But at the end of the day, they still a woman and they was still a female. I did the best I could, man, I swear. Like I said, I taught my sons how to work on cars. You know, when sex time came, I showed them how to put condoms on. I taught them how they should treat a woman. I did all that, but I still feel like it wasn't enough. And I guess it's little bit easier with my daughter, because she's a girl, so I was supposed to teach her how to be a woman anyway. But she still want that man figure. That's why, you know what? I have to give credit where credit's due. I give my ex-husband the full credit, because he's replacing what, you know, the guys wouldn't do. Now, as far as my last two children, their fathers, they died. You know, one had a heart attack and the other one got murdered. So the ones that was doing got taken away from me, where the ones that's just sorry deadbeat still here breathing, and I just don't get that for the life of me. So when y'all talking about somebody that got a story to tell, I can tell it to the fullest. And now that I'm really getting fully comfortable with just being myself here on YouTube, I'm trying to use my testimony to hope that it can inspire somebody else. Because I know at the end of the day, because I've even seen some comments where people be like, you know what, that's sad. You got bad choice in men. You chose this, you know. You chose, I mean, and that's why I say, you know, it ain't, I'm not pushing the point of the blame game. It's my fault. You right. That's why I'm getting to the point to where I don't even want to be with nobody. I'd rather just be alone and make it about just me and my kids to where they're okay. And that just is what it is. Everything else, it really takes a back seat, you know, because trying to have a relationship these days, you know, a lot of people, you know, they really are blessed. The ones that say, I've been with my babe for 20 years, you know, we've been going on for 17 years. Like, those are out there, and they're plentiful. But it's also plentiful of the people that's having a hard time finding that special someone. So, you know, that to be said, you know, for all the single mothers out there that's just doing their best to mother their sons especially, and to mother your daughter, just keep pushing. It'll be all right. You know, it's women like me and others, you know, stick together. We can be the encouraging testimony or the encouraging word just to say it'll be all right. You just got to keep pushing. Just keep knowing that at least you're doing your part. Because at the end of the day, you know, the kids, they know who is what and who is what. You might think that eventually they might grow up and try to get the deadbeat father or the absent parent more credit than you because you was there. And sometimes it can be that way, because sometimes a father could have been gone for like 20 years of the kid life, and then he come back when the child is grown and 20 years old, and it's like this child give this absent parent all the credit when the mother had to deal with all the crap off the kid, and now this dude just come back and he gets all the credit. Sometimes it do go down like that, and I don't understand that either. So I don't know, man. You know, God, step up. Like, stop just throwing kids on the woman as if that was just God sent, that she's supposed to be left to raise these kids by herself, because that can truly ruin her life. And I mean, I'm not saying that it ruined my life, but it made things a lot tougher in my life, to where if I just would have met real dudes to where they took, at least just take care, we ain't got to be together, but take care of your child, to where if I have to work and provide, I'm not sitting here stuck with no other child support from you, because you're just as obligated as I am. That's your child. So I don't know, that's a deep topic, and like I said, some of these videos, because it's a deep topic, can go on to another video, because I don't like to drag these videos on and on and on. But men, step up. And it's not even just a race thing. Like, there's sorry deadbeat fathers in all race spectrums, whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, Latino, Afghanistan, whatever. But, you know, I don't get it. You know, you was man enough to stick your dick in her and get her pregnant. Be man enough, whether you with her or not, to take care of the child. Now, grant, because there are some women that make it super fucking hard for the dude to be a father. Like, he really wants to be there for his child, but she's like, well, if I can't have you, then you won't see your son. Like, they use the kids for leverage of him trying to be there for his child, and it messes it up for women like me, that I just want you to take care of your child. I don't give a fuck if we together or not. If anything, I don't want your black ass. We ain't together for a reason. So only thing I just want you to do is just do what I'm doing, which is co-parent. Come get your son or your daughter from time to time. If they need clothes or they need money, you know, give it out. So, I mean, that's your obligation just like it's mine. So, you know, there are so many topics that can be touched on, but a lot of people don't have the balls or nerve to make a video about it, especially putting their personal business out there. And for the longest time, I ain't gonna lie, I felt embarrassed to even admit that I had different children's father, because most people that see you and they know that you have multiple kids' father, they'll judge you, or you a hoe, or you need to just keep your legs closed, you ain't learned from having the first one. Man, shit, I ain't gonna sit here in front of y'all. I was doing what I was supposed to do the first time. I used a condom busted, so my son was supposed to be here. One kid, I was on birth control and still got pregnant. 2 of them I planned, and one It was just, I wasn't thinking. So it's no excuse for none of that. But at the end of the day, fertility runs in my family. Like all my family members, we have a lot of kids. So I had to end up getting my tubes tied. So I had to keep dealing with it. But I'm to the point now, I'm practicing abstinence. Like I'm not even worrying about sex. I don't care about sex. Now, Grant, I ain't going to front to y'all. If I met a good man to where, like, he really was just, like, you know when you meet that one, then I'll be all for it. Like, my sex drive will come back, this and that. Like, I'm down for a real relationship. But until then, I really just throw in the towel of trying to find Mr. Right and this and that because it's too much work. I mean, it's too much work for me. I mean, I give kudos to everybody that got their successful relationship and they have this successful marriage. Because, I mean, like I said, I love seeing it. At least if I can't have one, at least let me watch, watch from the outside looking in. So, I give kudos to everybody that's doing real good in their relationships. And I hope y'all continue to do well. Because I don't want y'all to be sitting here with me with all these stories to tell, looking a damn shame. I know it look a shame, but I've come to acceptance with a lot of shit I went through. So I don't care what people say, because I done heard it all. Oh, she a hoe. That don't make no sense. She choose some sorry ass men. Only if you would have did it this way. You should have did it this way. Well, fuck it. This is what is recorded in the books now. I can't take none of this shit back, but I'm realizing I can use my story to help the next person. So I'm going to end it like that. So, all right, guys. Time is the essence. Let's make better time of it. Let's love each other, not judge each other, because I never judge y'all. And at the end of the day, deadbeat fuckers, get out there and take care of your goddamn child. Start letting another nigga do it. It ain't another nigga's job to fucking take care of something that you fucking made. Yeah, I had to get quiet on that one, man, because this shit is ridiculous. It's just laziness, pure unadulterated laziness when you just have other men trying to be responsible for what the fuck you did. So I give credit to my ex-husband. Even though we ain't together, he's still taking care of some kids that ain't even his. So I give credit to you husband or ex-husband, whatever your name is. So, deuces.